and welcome to this video. Before I start, I just want to say I hope you're ready and I hope you're excited for the Manchester Marathon. It's not far away now, so fingers crossed we get some good weather and it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's just right. In this video today, what I'm going to do is go over the entire 7-day carb loading strategy that I use with my clients when they're preparing for a long distance running event like the marathon. So firstly, what is carb loading? So carb loading is a strategy that you use to maximize glycogen stores in the muscles. Glycogen stores are what we use for energy. So the more glycogen stores we have in our muscles, the longer it's going to take for fatigue to set in and the further and faster you're going to be able to run. So these guys have shown that carb loading can actually delay the effects of fatigue by 20% and also increase your performance by 2 or 3%, which when we're talking about marathon times and length of the period that you're running, that can be a huge difference in your finishing time. So there's lots of different regimes that you can follow for carb loading, but the one I'm about to give you today I think is the best one out there, and it will 100% make sure you're ready in your best condition to run a marathon on the 8th day. Biggest two things you're going to need to worry about is carbohydrates and training. On the first day, you're going to do 1 hour of endurance training. What that's going to do is it's going to help reduce the amount of glycogen levels in your muscles and in your liver. And on that day, you're going to have a normal diet. Okay? So normal diet for the day, and then preferably do the 1 hour endurance training in the evening, depleting your energy levels then. For the 3 days following this, you're going to have a moderate carbohydrate diet, which is 5 to 7 grams of carbohydrates per kilo of body weight. So take your body weight, times it by 5 or 6 or 7, depending on how much you're gonna eat, and then use that as the indicator of how much carbohydrates you eat for those following 3 days. With your training, you're going to have to taper it, so reduce the amount that you're doing, keeping very light and very steady jogs, nothing strenuous training wise. And on the 5th and 6th day, you're going to taper your training or rest to get rid of those last few knocks and niggles before the big race. And then your diet with carbohydrates, you're going to raise it, so you're going to bring you up to a higher carbohydrate now, where you're going to have 8 or 9 grams per kilo of body weight. Day 7, which is the day before the marathon, we're going to lift our carbohydrates up to 10 grams per kilo of body weight, but on the morning of, you're going to do a 3-minute high intensity sprint, okay? The reason for this is because when we do that high intensity exercise, it depletes our energy levels quite quickly and quite drastically. So the urge to refill those stores by the body is quite good, and there's sort of like a hyper overfilling compensation that happens from doing this high intensity exercise. So what you're going to do is you're going to warm up nice and thoroughly, make sure you're fit, you're ready, you're not going to pull something doing this high intensity exercise, you're ready for it, and then you're going to time yourself for 180 seconds, and you're going to do a sustained high intensity hard working sprint for this 3 minutes. That's it, 3 minutes, done. Following that, for the rest of the day, you'll eat your 10 grams per kilo of body weight for the rest of the day, and that should be you ready and fully stored up for the Manchester Marathon. On top of that, just make sure you're staying hydrated for the whole time. And on the day of the Manchester Marathon, all you need to do is stay hydrated, top up on your energy levels, make sure you have some food, keep your blood sugars up, and that's it. You're ready to go. Go and break some PBs. And that's how I would carb load for the Manchester Marathon. Now, this has turned out to be quite a long video, so I hope I've not bored you too much. But all the best for the Manchester Marathon. I hope you smash out your PBs.